and drafting is a dangerous thing. At the end of your turn, you keep forgetting to ping. Combat math keeps changing, too impatient to think. So you say screw it and swing with the team.
Hello everybody, this is Cory with ShatterPause.com, and I'm joined here by SPRUKE, Bill Boulden.
Hello Cory, it's good to be with you.
Excellent. So I'm going to let you drive on this draft. We're doing M15, a Swiss event today. We're going to hang out and talk about some cool music stuff, but what do you think the first pick is here? We have two excellent rares in this pack.
Right. I know what the other rare is. So this is one of those cases where my understanding is when you're learning a format, you should always take the rare to try and unlock new and interesting synergies you weren't really aware of.
Sure.
Like, it'd be really cool to get that invasive species back and do a lot of Genesis Hydra shenanigans. But sometimes when you're just looking to win, you just take the best card. And this is one of those Sparksmith style cards, right? It's got to be triplicate spirits. I'm just making a note of what we're passing before we go. There's not much special. Every color has a few goodies. I guess I wouldn't want to move into green after what we just passed, right?
Yep, exactly. So we did pass the 3/1 flyer in white, but I
Right,
think the person's
exactly.
going to get the message by us taking a common and us leaving that really good green rare in the pack.
Very good point. Other than that, the blue, black, and red we passed were mediocre.
Yes, but that said, the person to our right did the exact same thing. They took a common and left in all the uncommons and rares, which are all
Also,
actually kind
there
of bad.
are no white cards whatsoever.
Yes, so we might want to consider finding another place here.
Right, we want to branch out. Now, the question here is the Paragon is a pretty strong temptation. Black is not a color people fight over in this set. And I find that you usually have the color to yourself if you want it. Paragon is a pretty okay reason to want it.
Yep. I think that leaves us with the Netcaster Spider to the left, too, which is actually a pretty good signal for green again.
Yeah, I'd love to set the guy next to us in green. Let him have it. I don't know. I don't want to fight over it after passing the two good green cards.
Sure.
So I'm going to go Paragon.
Wicked. So we got the Paragon. There's a red Paragon in this pack, and a Child of Night, I guess, in black, if we want to keep going that way.
Child of Night is actually underwhelming. He's always been a great bear, but he matches up very poorly in this format. So while he's not really bad yet, he's the baddest he's ever been. And by baddest, I mean worst. Thank you.
Sure. So we've got Midnight Guard and Selfless Cathar to go with our triplicate spirits as well.
Right. Selfless Cathar is the kind of thing you want to start taking to stake your role in white and bully other people out of it. You have to take the 2-star white cards if you want the 5-star one to yourself.
True.
So Selfless Cathar it is.
Very good. All right, what do we got here? We have our Sungrace Pegasus, I guess a Necrobite if we're still in black.
Yeah, Necrobite, or Necrobite, as my fiance calls it, is fun, but I'm not going to take it over a legitimately good card that still helps bully white.
Exactly.
That of the Sungrace Pegasus.
Fantastic. I guess of note in this one, there's still a Forge Devil, Hunt the Weak, Invasive Species still in the pack. So if the person to the left of us is not in green, they should really think about it. All right, what do we have here? Flesh to Dust seems pretty appealing here, I think.
Yeah, it's that or Frost Lynx. I guess it depends on if I think we're going to be tempo-y, but I'd rather be control-y, frankly. Also, I haven't seen much remarkable blue other than the Frost Lynx, whereas I've been seeing adequate black. Like, I don't think people are cutting us on black. The black hasn't been fantastic. I do agree that it's been pretty clear green is open, but I'm fine. I can't have all the nice colors, right? I think I'd just like to take Flesh to Dust and take the more Orjavi controlling route that finishes on spirits.
Yeah, I think that's a good direction for us to go as well. So we've got basically two routes to go here. I think we've got a Swift Claw and we've got an Accursed Spirit.
Right. Now, you're going by curve down at the bottom, yes? Right.
Yes, it is organized by curve.
So given that I just said that I'm more interested in the grindy route, I think the Swift Claw's a better card, but I think that we could be building a game plan that's an Accursed Spirit kind of a game plan. Another reason is that there's specifically in Black-White, there's the Heliod's Pilgrim Caustic Tar interaction, which is one of my favorite ways to win games in this format. So
Sure.
I'm voting Spirit.
Okay, let's take the Spirit.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of good cards in here for us. I mean, Typhoid Rats is a pretty safe choice.
The Green Doomblade.
Exactly.
Bloodhost I want to be better than he is, but he's really
not that good. Exactly. You got to jump through a lot of hoops to make him good.
Right. I like the Rats. The Wilds also tempt me. I'm just deciding how greedy I want to be on video.
I think the Rats is the safe choice here if we're up in the air.
Yeah, let's go with the Rats. Wow. The Shaman of Spring is going to the guy with all the invasive species. Good for him.
No kidding.
So, now the Oppressive Raise is, removal, but it is not the removal we want in our more control-y kind of a deck.
True.
A grinder. I do think we're going to have the time for Unmake the Graves, however. I think that is within the realm of reason.
Sure, the Black Divination. Draw 2. Always creatures. I think Sign in Blood is our option here.
Yeah.
As we start to wrap up the packs, I think it's going to start to be pretty obvious. Ooh, Carrion Crow versus Sign in Blood number 2.
Oh.
Crow, I think Crow has got to be the choice here at this point, since we already have our Sign in Blood.
We also have no 3-drops, and yeah, I don't know how much we can support all these colors. Black and white both make you demand the mana symbols pretty heavily.
Exactly.
So let's go with a single mana symbol when it can be helped.
Sure.
Let's take the second Unmake in case we get a shenanigan, but I'm not going to play both.
There's the Necrobite.
Necrovite.
Versus Crippling Blight, I guess.
Yeah, actually, I'd rather have the Crippling Bite. I think that somebody else is going to have an Oresco Swift Claw, and I don't want to be cold to it.
That's fair.
I guess get that. I've lost more games to Hunter's Ambush than Chrono Stutter.
Yeah, I don't think I've lost any games to Chrono Stutter.
I don't think
second last pick, Mind Rot seems pretty awesome, actually.
Yep.
All right,
and actually, I think we might be the kind of deck that mains it.
Yeah, maybe. Let's leave it in there for now.
So I hope we bullied people out of white sufficiently. It's pretty clear that somebody was trying to bully us out of it, and it didn't matter.
Yes, the person to our right.
Yep. But we should see 0 green cards this pack.
We don't want to see any good green cards this pack. Okay, what do we got in this? We got another Triplicate Spirits and another removal spell.
Yeah, however, one of those 3 black cards can wheel another Pilgrim too, right? But we're here for the spirits.
We are here for the spirits. That's the spirit.
That's the spirits, yes.
Fantastic. So we got our spirits. We need to get a couple of... Well, at 6 mana, maybe we don't really need that many white creatures to set it off. A couple Sungrace Pegasuses would serve our deck really well, though. The life gain really matters at this point.
Raise the Alarm and Sanctified Charm are basically the other 2 cards we need for this deck.
Yes.
Now, Raise the Charge is like the Spirit's enabler, but I'm patient when it comes to getting my spirits out. I don't care if maybe I have to play them on turn 5. However, the Sanctified Charge, you either have one in your deck or you don't. It's like... So I think you have to have the Sanctified Charge.
I think that's also a good call. It's interesting that none of these rares or uncommons got picked. I mean, I'm not surprised that Pretender isn't gone. But
I'm also not surprised that Leeching Sliver isn't gone. The blue ones is still
The blue ones is still in there, so those blue ones are going to get picked up pretty quick here. But let's get that charge, I guess.
Yeah.
Wicked. Oh, okay, I misclicked, but the misclick wasn't the worst misclick ever.
No, it was a misclick I can live with.
It's a misclick I can live with.
Okay, it's some interesting stuff.
Yes, there's some really good stuff in here for us. I think our game plan in Pack 1 actually paid off.
Yes, we're actually getting white goodies. Now, this one I'm going to defer to you on. Do you have experience playing First Response? Because I have not personally worked with that card.
The only time I've seen First Response work was in a deck with a Painland.
Okay, yeah, then I'm not interested when there are several cards that are sure bets. So I think I'd rather just have a second Pegasus because I'd really love to get a piece of equipment or some kind of enabler for it.
Yes, absolutely. And it's paying for things like Sign in Blood.
Yes.
So Sungrace Pegasus it is. And we get a bunch of goodies, actually. Fester Gloom, Pillar of Light.
So I've heard Pillar of Light is better than I think it is, but also the only thing I hate more than not having triplicate spirits is losing to the other guy who has them. I'm wondering if I want Fester Gloom just to win the mirror. The other thing is Willforged Golem is a real card.
It is a very real card, and it's even better with things like I misclicked Raise the Alarm in the deck.
Yeah, you know what? Let's capitalize on your misclick and take a Willforged Golem. I'm sad I'm not getting to take the best black common, but we might have another chance.
Exactly. It's only the best black common because of the best white common.
Right.
So we've got Carrion Crow. Alternatively, I suppose we have Mind Rot or Solemn Offering or
I'll
Divine's
just take
Favor,
another
but
Crow.
I think getting more 3-drops is where we want to be. And it curves really well into Paragon. So
Okay, now we're running a bit out of options here, and I think Sign in Blood #2 is not really where we want to be. I've got a nasty thought about Divine Favor. Just no, we can't do that. I'll take another Sign in Blood.
sure. This deck would love a Rot Feaster Maggot here pretty quick.
What I would love is that Marked by Honor,
I
because that's
think that's-
exactly what I wanted to do to turn on those Pegasi.
Exactly. That's a much better option than our previous enchantment here. We got another Pegasus as well. Or a Shadow Cloak Vampire, I guess.
At this point, I mean, obviously Pegasus is a better card than the Vampire, but it's time to get a little more diversity in the threats we can present, right? Like, I don't want to unmake the grave in the later game and just return 2 Pegasi. It's time to get a different card.
It's true. Let's get serious about vampires here. Oh, a wheeled Black Paragon. Sheesh. That's a great wheel. So black creatures are now even higher on my list.
Yeah, but even though you say that, Willforged Golem probably still better than a Leeching Sliver.
Well, yes. Even with 2 Paragons out. Our Black Cat.
Black Cat, you know what? Now that you can be a 2/2 Death Toucher without much trouble, I'm on it.
I think that's just fine. And Black Cat actually deters attacks like crazy, so it really helps us get to our late game.
Yep. You can click at random here as pleases you.
I'll hate draft the Lava Axe.
Okay.
I'll take the
Divine
Divine Favor.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get a Heliod's Pilgrim and I still want some value. Although, I don't know. I think I'd rather just not play the Heliod's Pilgrim.
No kidding.
To playing Divine Favors. Oh, man. Mountain. No?
Oh, so sorry. Mountain is Legacy playable, but I did have to take the invisibility there. There. See, this is even better for Legacy.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So after 2 packs, we have a deck. Everything we get from here is gravy, pretty much.
Yeah, at this point, we can really sculpt the direction we want the pack to take. So we have some really interesting options here. Mass Calcify, I don't think we're not white enough to really work with that. I'd love to be, but I think we're going to get more mileage out of Covenant of Blood. We have 50 seconds to talk about it, so I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts, but I think that we're not the Calcify deck.
Sure. So Covenant is good, especially with things like Raise the Alarm in the deck.
Right.
Get it off a little bit earlier. Rot Feaster Maggot is sort of a staple for the black deck. Just to get that extra life gain, have a really hard to block and attack through creature. And Pillar of Light is great for nailing bombs.
All that said, I think that Covenant's actually still probably the best card. I like it as a finisher, and it also gains you that life.
Yeah, the way that this draft has been going, I think we could wheel either. So I think taking the Covenant, we have a pretty good shot of seeing Maggot back.
Cool. Yeah, I won't even mind if we get like the Skirmisher back, frankly.
All right, so what do we've got here? We've got the Selfless Cathar #2.
Yeah, it's tough to let a Aether Spouts go by. That card is the world's biggest beating, and I am sad that we don't get to be the ones who have it this time around. But I think we want Selfless Cathar #2.
I think so too, and I honestly would take this Jason's Ingenuity if I wasn't on film. Hey! So it's obviously Vine Weft here, right?
I was thinking that forest, but yeah, I'm in the market for 6 mana demons that have a whole bunch of abilities that don't matter. Whatever, they're huge, they're stupid. Let's do it.
100% on that one. So we get our option to get our Fester Gloom now.
Yeah, and I want that. I do not want to be without a Fester Gloom, especially with a main deck already practically built. It's important to work on sideboard options. And when I get paired against the other guy with the other 2 triplicate spirits in this draft, I want to be prepared.
Yes, you want to be the person with the Fester Gloom.
Yep.
Wicked. Poor Frog. Oh well. Maybe we'll see him again. So we've got our Pillar and our Accursed Spirit. And I think because of the double Paragon, Accursed Spirit can be really dangerous.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. That's a lot of 4s, but we'll live.
I think that's just fine. So we've got a Dauntless River Marshal, which is nothing but mediocre in our deck. That said, there's like a Marked by Honor and an Eternal Thirst.
Right. The question is do we want to go deep on Marked by Honor? I'm not sure I'm super comfortable playing 2, but the deck could evolve that way. I don't know. If we get paired against somebody who's in colors that don't have enchantment removal or bounce, like if we get paired against black-red or something, I think we can get paid. Nothing else here does anything for me unless...
I don't see anything else. I mean, I feel like Tormod's Crypt is a cute sideboard thing, but Marked by Honor is definitely going to be played more than that card, so we'll take that.
Yeah.
We've got our Zoth Shade and our Meditation Puzzle and, and a Mountain.
Puzzle about that card being bad. How about the Shade? We don't have one yet.
I'll take a Shade. We've got another Mind Rot. We've got Brawler's Plate, which might be a thing.
I'm actually on that plate. Let's get that.
You want this equipment on your plate?
Yes, it's on the plate for the Pillar.
Hey, look, a Pillar. Pillars are good, especially when none of your creatures can get past a 4 toughness dude. I guess Willforged Golem could.
Yeah, now oh man. This is gonna be fun. I've got to start trimming cards now. Get that. At this point, we can hate other people's gimmick decks. I've got every sideboard card I want. So if you can take that Ornithopter out, because I don't want to lose to blue-red artifacts.
You don't want to lose to Scissors?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, we're going to have to play sad music during the cuts here because it's going to be really good. Boonweaver Giant is not my favorite card, but...
No, but we're not going to play it. It's... Get that Back to Nature out of here.
Yeah. Get out of here, Back to Nature. You're crazy.
I plan on playing... I mean, obviously, I have 2 Marked by Honors, right? So you'd think I'd want to play Boonweaver Giant. It's just that card really doesn't need to be a 6/6 Vigilance for help. I'm going to use my Marked for Honors on other things.
Yes.
Let's see. Get that Bears out.
Get that Bears. Yeah, you only want Boonweaver Giant when you have the Protection from All Colors enchantment, and even then you don't really want it.
That's not true. I had Burning Anger. I played Burning Anger.
Okay, sure. Burning Anger is another good one for that.
Yeah.
And that's like a relevant amount of power, too. So, yeah, I agree with that play.
He comes into play nice and ready to start tapping to deal 4 damage to things.
That's fantastic. If only you could give him haste. Yeah, Eternal Thirst, sure.
Yep.
And
I played it when I was short on playables, but that does not describe us right now.
No, we are inundated with stuff we can play. Now, I think we have to choose a direction we want to go. We sort of have 2 decks built here.
Yeah, so the question is if we want to take more of an aggressive role, which makes me a little sad we didn't take the Swift Claws.
Yes. I don't know if that's something we can actually do. We have some pieces of it, but not all the pieces.
So here's the thing. If we're going to be more of a control deck that sort of, I think, tries to slow the pace of the game down and budget its life before it can really slingshot past the opponent in turns 5 and 6, then I think I have to abandon a couple of my dreams. Like, I want very badly to live Sungrake's Pegasus into Marked by Honor. But I think that if I'm trying to be the mid-game deck, I can't be putting all my eggs in one basket and be prepared to get blown out by something on turn 4. Like, I can't walk into card disadvantage because I'm trying to outlast that. So,
Yes.
like, I think I want to cut one of those Marked by Honors.
Okay.
I want the combo to be available, but I don't want to have my hand forced with that every game.
Exactly. And while we're on 4-drops, I don't think that Zoff Shade is the correct card for us right now.
Okay, right. Let's get rid of that. Now, I also think that given that some high drops have to leave, and I'm very fond of all our high drops, one golem should probably...
One golem is definitely out of here.
Yeah. I think it's useful to have the other golem, though. Furthermore, Brawler's Plate, well, that doesn't stack us up for card disadvantage like the Marked by Honor does, though. It is slow, but I can live. Oh, Fester Gloom's a sideboard card, so get that right out.
Yep.
Mind Rot is more of a sideboard card.
Sure.
We don't need 2 Sign in Blood, so cut the non-foil one.
Okay.
Very important.
Check, non-foil.
Crippling Blight is a sideboard card.
Sure. Do we need 2 Selfless Cathars in the deck?
So I'm actually inclined to think...
With Triplicate Spirits and Erase the Alarm, like both of those, I think it's pretty good card.
Yeah, I think we actually want both, especially because it's an Elvish Mystic where 5 of our other cards are concerned.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's the white Elvish Mystic for all the cards I care about playing. I wonder if... I would hate for Black Cat to have to take one for the team. I also don't think Carrion Crow... I mean, our creature count is fine. Could it possibly be Unmake? So now I'm looking at this Unmake, and I'm thinking that getting back Ob Nixilis, if he was to die, feels pretty good.
Yes.
But other than that, Triplicate Spirits is not a creature.
Exactly. And that's really the only 3 we care about getting back. Willforge Golem even doesn't really need to come back. So I think Unmake is a great choice here.
Yeah, that's what I... yeah, it only gets back Golem, Obnix, and maybe a Cursed Spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so from here, there's got to be one more thing. And I think it's got to be the Brawler's Plate or the Marked by Honor. Right there... I was just saying, I don't want to fall too far behind on tempo while I'm trying to weather the early rush so I can surge ahead with good cards in the mid-game.
Yes.
And I already cut one Marked by Honor. So I guess the fact that the Marked by Honor is an objectively much more powerful thing if I feel like the game is in a state where I can get it to stick makes me want to run with that rather than the more reliable but boring even when it works Brawler's Plate.
I am 100% for cutting cards when they're boring. So I like that.
All right, this gets us down to 23, and from here I would be happy to play probably 10-7 black.
10-7 seems pretty good. We have a lot of 2-drops in white. But 10-7 seems good. Let's see what the thing says.
Sure.
10-7. Boom. All right. Looks like we have ourselves a deck.
Yeah, 7's a little light when we have some white early drops, but none of those are things I'm crying if I don't play on turn 1. Like, it's nice to play Selfless Cathar on turn 1, but I'm much more concerned with, I don't want to be short the double black for Flesh to Dust when I need it, or for Sign the Blood when I'm missing land drops.
Yeah.